Hi guys, today we're going to talk about data logging and how to remove that from the ECU. Also, how to remove that from the laptop. There's a couple of different ways, a couple of different types of log sets that we have available. Let's start with the ECU itself. Inside the ECU there is a list of channels. We can look at those here if we click on the icon on the left. And on the right hand side of these two lists, these are the log data channels that are going to be recorded inside the hard drive of the ECU. On the left hand side, these are all the available channels that you can choose to log. We're not going to cover how to set all that up today, but what we are going to talk about is how to get the data logging out of the ECU. All right, so let's assume we've got some logging in there. We've been and done a test, and we've got the laptop open here and ready to go. So up the top there's an icon here. If you hover over it, you'll see the shortcut for it, Control F8. Let's just press the icon and see what happens. So we have some log data sets. For level 3 logging, you can actually separate all your logging into 8 different kind of partitions. The vast majority of you will be just having this log set 1. All right, so once we have that ticked, as this is the log set we're going to take out, we're going to go next, and you'll also get an option here of whether you want to leave that logging inside the ECU for someone else to get perhaps, or you want to clear it. Now normally I would clear it because I'm going to be looking at the logging. Don't really need it in there, taking up room for next time. So we're going to tick that to erase it, and then we're going to press next. We want to definitely make a good short comment about what's happened, you know. Prop broke, over rev, prop too small, too windy, went home, whatever you want. But write something that's meaningful in there so that when you're looking for log files later, you can search by the comment and find what you're after. You end up with hundreds and hundreds of log files over time, so it's nice to have a really good comment there for you to search by. So we might put something in here like too slow, only 80 mile per hour, whatever's suitable. And then we get to choose where this log goes. If you've got lots of customers, if you're a tuner, but if this is just your laptop and you're an owner operator, then it'll just by default go into the MoTeC log data folder, and that's all. If you have other customers or other boats, you can create new folders and then put the appropriate file in the appropriate folder. So right now we're at the marina and we're on this EXO at Martha Cove, so that's the right folder, and away we go. All right, and you've got the ability to put some longer comments, drivers, all sorts of things in here if you've got that information, and it all gets recorded. So we go next, and there's the log. It was only a small log, it's out, and now we need to convert it from our IP secure image file into a .ld that you can read in our i2 software. So we just go yes to conversion, and it's converted, and it's only 4.5 meg, nice and small. And we can either choose to open i2 and look at it directly now, or just close and move on to the next task. So that's the list of log channels that were inside the ECU. They're now out in that directory, and we can choose what we like to do with that, send that to someone to help you look for a problem, or open it later in the analysis software. So that's it for getting logging out of the ECU, but with Tune 1.5, we can actually export all the live data that we've paused out to a file as well. Now that's called a DAQ. Now this won't only be the 200 log channels, this is every channel that's available in the software. So that's over 1,000 in some cases. And there's a few different options of how we export that. Let's look at those now. So we've got a little bit of gear change testing here. If I press A to pause the data and I down arrow, I can see that here. Maybe I can go to F6. And so we've got the last, actually if we scroll all the way out, we've got 40 odd minutes of data. A lot of it just with the key on. You can see we've run it a couple of times, but this is 40 minutes of data. We can go to File, Export Data. If we take this option here, we can put in our comment as normal. This time we might play gear change testing. And if I hit export here now, we're going to get every single channel. So as I say, over about 1,000 channels will come out now. If you've got a long amount of data, this could be 300-400 meg, could be up to 4 gig. So it can be an enormous amount of data. You can do lots of testing, an hour worth of testing, and then export all of that as a log file and know that you've got everything, every throttle position, voltage, everything inside the software. You can see it's enormously powerful for not only tuning, but for diagnosing issues, for helping you develop. It's a really, really good feature. All right, so as I say, when you do it this way, you're going to get a large log file. So we're going to press export. We can choose our folder. We'll go up to our EXO, which is under the 450. There it is. All right, so we export that file into there. All right, it's pretty quick because it's not coming out of the ECU, it's just coming out of the software itself, and it's done. All right, now, say you want a small log file, you can isolate in here. If we double click, drag across here, here's our testing. We were going in and out of gear. Could actually make that a little bit more interesting and go to Mercury, gear shift. Here's all the gear shift stuff working. All right, so I can just show on the screen the data that I want to export. Right click on the screen, export data. And here I can export all of the data. So that's all 1,000 channels for that particular time period that we've captured there, or just the ones that are on that screen at the time. So we've got, I don't know, 10 odd channels there. So that log file will be really small, and you can send, you know, potentially channels that you want people to see to help you, but not perhaps sensitive channels that, you know, maybe ignition timing, things like that, that you don't want people to see. So you can select the amount of time, or that section of time that you've highlighted there, and either all 1,000 channels from that section or just the visible extent. All right, so we've done that there. I'll call this a second version here and export. And we're in the right folder, save. And of course it was a very small log file, and it's done. So that's it. Really powerful tool, the Tune 1.5. Now you've got everything at your fingertips. You can export and then look at that log data and know that you've got everything that you need to make really good decisions moving forward. Keep an eye out for our other videos online. We'll catch you next time.